Colorado, you are asked to keep an eye out tonight for a car connected to the shooting of 4 people, including 2 children in Westminster. 80th and Sheridan is where it happened, just after 3, outside a building containing a number of dentist offices. Police arrived to find those 2 adults and 2 kids shot in the parking lot area. Investigators have not said anything about how they're doing. They are asking for the public's help finding a black Toyota Corolla 2010 with Colorado plates NPQ091, warning that anybody inside that car could be armed, that if people see it, they should call 911. This happened in a busy area filled with families coming and going from dentist appointments.
I'm bringing my daughter to the dental office to get some work done today, and she let me know that there was something going on, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Me as a father, I want to know what's going on, and I pulled out of my driveway from home, and they had Sheridan Boulevard blocked off.
Our Steve Stager has been out there for hours. Everybody's got the same unanswerable questions at this point, Steve, in terms of what motivated this shooting and why, of all places, there.
Absolutely, and this is a very busy office. In fact, we're just behind that building right now in what seems to be the employee parking lot. We'll take a look at it right now. Just about an hour ago, this parking lot was filled with cars, and we watched for the last hour or so as people slowly streamed outside of the building. We did hear from a few people who were outside here waiting for folks who were inside the building. They were communicating with them, and they heard that there was a victim's advocate on the inside. But most of the people that we've talked to who came out of the building, who didn't want to go on camera, obviously distraught because of this whole situation, imagine being on lockdown inside a building like this, say they didn't actually see what happened outside. But again, the crime scene is on the other side. The good news is a lot of the people who were inside this building seem to have been let out. Just a few cars left in the parking lot here. You can imagine the police are doing some investigating right now. They're obviously interviewing witnesses who might have seen something here at the corner of 80th and Sheridan. But that's the scene right here, Kyle. As you can see, again, the parking lot's starting to clear out, and we're trying to get the word out about that car to see if all of Colorado can find whoever might be inside.
Without question, let's do that again right now, Steve. Thank you. Hoping for a quick resolution for the search to this vehicle, a 2010 black Corolla 4-door, Colorado plates NPQ091. If you see this vehicle, please just call 911. Quick update for you on the 2 large fires that are burning in our state tonight. We have encouraging news to pass along about the Buffalo Mountain fire. People living near that burn area in Silverthorne are able to go back home. The Summit County Sheriff's Office lifted its mandatory evacuations as well as its pre-evacuation notices. The fire continues to burn along, though at last check containment is increasing rapidly. It's now at 45%. The 416 fire, the bear of a fire down near Durango, is still burning tonight. The latest update from the U.S. Forest Service indicates that about 2,000 additional acres burned today, bringing that fire's total to more than 29,000. No homes have been lost despite the size of that fire. It's still about 15% contained. This is not the clearest photo for you, but it clearly tells the story of service that is being written by firefighters across our state this week. Our Matt Renew spotted firefighters there in the middle of the field, camped out, catching a little sleep not far from the Buffalo fire. We sleep in our beds, they sleep outside to be in position for the next morning's firefight. They have our thanks. All right, let's meet the men who could be Denver's next police chief. All men, the 5 finalists, narrowed down from a field of 22. All insiders as well, all longtime DPD leaders. Commander Michael Callow, he leads District 2. That's Park Hill, City Park, Congress Park area. He's been with DPD since 1985 in a variety of roles. Commander Joseph Montoya, he's assigned to Internal Affairs right now. He used to work in District 3 and District 4. He's been with the squad since 1991. Commander Paul Pazin is assigned to District 1, covering Northwest Denver and West Colfax. He's been with DPD since 1995. Deputy Chief David Quinones, he manages Department Operations. He's been a division chief for patrol as well as special operations in the past. He's been with DPD since 1986. And Commander Ronald Saunier is a familiar face. He's done media interviews here and elsewhere. Currently, he's leading District 6, which includes Montbello, Stapleton, and GVR. He is another Denver police veteran on the force since 1986. Search committee is going to interview all 5 men and then make recommendations to Mayor Michael Hancock. It is the mayor's decision and his alone. Waterworld closed today for a good scrubbing after some possible water contamination from the pools to the fountains to the ice machines. Irrigation pond water with everything inside of it could have entered the system there. Take you out to Waterworld in just a second, but just got the fantastic news from Colorado State Patrol that the vehicle involved in that shooting in Westminster, the one that was being sought in connection to the shooting of 4 people in Westminster, has been found. Again, Colorado State Patrol confirming that the vehicle has been found. As soon as we learn anything more about the suspect involved, anybody connected to that shooting, we will let you know here on Next. So back out to Waterworld, closed for the day to get the entire place cleaned. We told you about it last night on the news, but not everybody got the message. Here's Nelson Garcia.
Dreaming of a world of water made summer sense for Emily Cruz.
I was excited the whole way because I was like, oh, I get to go to Waterworld.
But when they pulled up to the empty parking lot,
I was just like, why is there like no one here? It's like a hot day and the tickets were half off, so I was just kind of confused. And then
she read the sign, closed, even though she drove 4 hours from Casper, Wyoming.
We can't really come back because we live so far away, so we'll just have to get a refund.
Refund.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Waterworld Guest Services. My name is Lily. How can I help you today?
That was the word of the day as workers fielded calls from questioning consumers.
So 4360 will be coming back to you. Do you have that card ready?
A day that has never happened.
Bye-bye.
According to Waterworld's Joanne Cortez.
In the 39 years that we've been in business, we have never closed the park due to a water issue.
The issue of a failed valve allowing untreated pond water into Waterworld's water supply.
It was not a pool water issue. It was not an attraction water issue. It was all about the potential contamination in the concession area.
It was a backflow prevention device that was installed correctly.
Brian Halavasek directs environmental health for the Tri-County Health Department. He wants to make sure no one using concessions or the drinking fountains can get sick from contaminated water.
Diarrhea, vomiting, fever, those types of things that could be associated with any sort of bacteriological infection or what we'd be concerned about.
Today, workers are testing all the water supplies to make sure the park can open on Friday.
Anything associated with their retail food establishments, their snack bars, are all completely disinfected.
While Emily
maybe another time for Waterworld, huh?
finds something else worth driving 4 hours for.
We don't know what we're going to do now, but that's okay.
For Next, I'm Nelson Garcia.
Our next question comes from a viewer named Linda. Why are voters choosing a party-affiliated coroner? In what reality would it matter whether a coroner was a Democrat, a Republican, or whatever? Well, the answer is that it is spelled out in the state constitution, the job of county coroner. Counties that elect a coroner don't have the option to make it a nonpartisan office. Now, home rule municipalities like Denver have some flexibility. That's why Denver has an appointed sheriff, not an elected sheriff, and that's why Denver is allowed to appoint a chief medical examiner who does not have a party attached to their name. The Colorado State Patrol has just informed us that they have captured the suspect. They are saying suspect connected to the shooting in Westminster, the shooting that injured 2 adults and 2 children. The suspect was apprehended off I-25 at Meadows Parkway down south. The suspect was spotted north of there at I-25 in Arapahoe, spotted by, of all people, a Colorado Parks and Wildlife worker. Sharp-eyed, looking for that vehicle description. The suspect connected to the shooting in Westminster is in custody. We will bring you details as Next continues. Here's a look at where they caught up with that black Toyota Corolla that they have been searching for since the shooting of 2 adults and 2 kids outside a bunch of dentist's office in Westminster this afternoon. This is right at Founders and Meadows Parkway at I-25. You see the vehicle off to the side of the road. Colorado State Patrol saying that this is a suspect that they have in custody out there as well. Westminster Police, it's their case. They're using slightly more restrained language, saying person of interest. At this point, it doesn't really matter. They have somebody in custody, and they're about to talk to that person about the shooting this afternoon that we know has injured 2 adults and 2 kids. A hunt for this car that lasted just about, I'd say, 90 minutes after the point that they put out that vehicle description. You see them there checking by the side of the road, I-25 and Founders Parkway. But good news, stand down, Colorado. Car and person found.
Hot
dry and windy once again today. That's elevated fire danger. So red flag warning still in place till 9 o'clock this evening. Wind gusts 35-40 miles per hour with the humidity values between 10 and 15%. Those winds have been whipping around, especially out to the west. The urban corridor looking at some gusty winds near Greeley through Akron in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. It was hot, 97 out at DIA. Not record breaking though, 102 last set back in 2006, I should say. Scattered gusty thunderstorms pushing through. These not bringing us a ton of rain, if anything, a little bit of lightning and also some strong gusty winds. Heavy pockets of rain though now moving in a little closer to Ray, and then here around the metro area I've been just tracking some gustier winds, a little lightning and perhaps some rain near C470 heading toward Littleton. Tonight partly cloudy skies, that overnight low down to 62. By 11 o'clock everything moves out. Bit of sunshine, bit of haze early tomorrow, and then right after lunch here comes the clouds again, and once again another shot for a couple of isolated storms. These once again are going to be bringing us some gusty winds, a little bit of lightning, and then we'll really tap into that beneficial moisture by the weekend. Daytime highs tomorrow still going to be in the low 90s with partly cloudy skies. 90s, triple digits along the eastern plains with 60s and 70s up in the mountains. So here's that cool off for Father's Day weekend, looking like a better chance for more widespread storms coming in on Sunday. And we stay in the mid 70s with a good shot for more rain as we head toward next week. Kyle.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much. In a moment, a view of pride from some LGBT seniors in Colorado who remember the days when their pride was anything but public. Pride celebrations this weekend are public proclamations that our community embraces and values its LGBTQ members. But some seniors within that community and our community feel isolated, especially from their families. Enter a group called Boulder County Rainbow Elders. 18 years and still going strong, making sure that silver is part of the rainbow.
I'm Judith Blair. I identify as lesbian, and I'm also a Rainbow Elder.
My name's Emily Lewis, and I am a Rainbow Elder. The group was first formed discussing and dealing with the issues around aging as an older LGBT. Older LGBT folks tend to be isolated and live alone. They're reluctant to reach out for help because of their experiences growing up.
I came out in the 1950s. And I knew I was gay.
And I came out, I actually was a late bloomer. I came out around 1970. The first person I told was my sister. And the first thing she said to me was, well, don't tell Mom and Dad.
I was never able to come out to my parents. My mother suspected, so by the time I was 16, she asked me, and I denied it. You know, Rosemary's Baby wasn't out yet, but I got the idea that I was the spawn of the devil. And that was very, you know, I just knew that I would never be able to come out in that environment.
But I did eventually tell Mom and Dad. You know, I had not a positive response. They didn't talk to me or have contact with me for a lot of years. And then eventually they came around and changed.
My hope for the movement is that we will continue to attract and embrace allies, people who are willing to embrace difference. We're one form of difference, and each person's different.
Pride offers everybody a chance to expand our perspectives about our neighbors. You might not think that Pride is your celebration, but if you live here, you care about people being able to lead their best lives and be happy, well, Pride's for you too. Take a look at the events happening in your community and consider showing up with a smile. It'll be returned many times over. This next story is not about a police officer in trouble or some teacher who got caught cheating. This story is about a public servant doing the right thing, like 99% of them do every single day and never make the news for it. As we love to say here, they are the good ones, and they're almost all good ones. You know, when a kid gets a toy they truly love, they will play with it until it breaks. Our photojournalist Mike Grady introduces us to a 9-year-old from Castle Rock who didn't let a few dings in his toy keep him from enjoying it.
There's a bunch of tape.
This Frisbee's pretty busted.
Now it's better.
Caleb McCune
Good as new.
still holds it with love and respect.
Because I want to be a cop when I grow up, and I got it from a cop.
He cherishes this flimsy souvenir he got during a visit to the Castle Rock Police Department a couple years ago.
Play.
Today, the Castle Rock PD is making a special stop at Caleb's.
I heard that your official police Frisbee needs to be replaced. Get a brand new one for you.
Thanks.
It's all yours. We didn't want you having to have one that's taped up and really doesn't fly very well, so that one's all for you.
Thanks.
And we also heard that you want to be a police officer when you grow up.
Yeah.
All right? Excellent.
These cops are tossing Caleb way more than a plastic disc.
If we can use a Frisbee to help grow a connection between us and Caleb, then I couldn't think of better use of a toy.
My new Frisbee I'm playing with the cops.
They're giving back to a boy
It works a lot better.
who one day hopes to catch more criminals than Frisbees.
I gotta help people and chase bad guys and all that.
For Next, I'm Mike Grady.
Every day we get a stack of emails for our new segment entitled You've Crossed a Line. A chance to give a good-natured little poke at one of our neighbors who can't park to save their life. Leo Day spotted this Lexus in a parking lot in Niwot. See, it says courtesy vehicle on it, but it's not built into the car. You still have to drive and park courteously. Maybe they just don't want to ding the vehicle that doesn't belong to them. I understand. That's a gorgeous car. Email next@9news.com or get our attention with the hashtag HeyNext if you have something for You've Crossed a Line. Baseball team down in Colorado Springs thought it had a really good idea. I will explain to you why it's a really bad idea next. Colorado Springs minor league baseball team, the Sky Sox, is moving to San Antonio. But fear not, baseball fans, Springs is going to get a new team, and they are offering the chance for the community to pick its name. That's fun, right? No, that's not fun at all. That is not a good idea. This is, as Next Director Lawrence would say, a terrible idea. They didn't offer people choices, a few safe, sanitized team names that everybody down there would be fine with. Nope, they have opened this up to anybody to name the baseball team anything. You know what, Colorado Springs? That is why your new minor league baseball team is going to get named Teamy McTeamface. It's a sign. Spotted by Next viewer Patty Puzo up in Hayden at the softball complex there. Please leave rocks alone. What happened, rocks? Who hurt you? My thought is probably people are tossing them around or moving them here and there. So now you get that very stark looking sign at the baseball complex up in Northwest Colorado. If you see a sign that you think everybody else would get a kick out of, email next@9news.com or get our attention with the hashtag HeyNext. That's also where you can send idea names for that Colorado Springs baseball team. I'll shamelessly steal them here. A shout out from Renee Lunnan to the Alert Colorado Parks and Wildlife worker who first spotted the suspect vehicle connected to that Westminster shooting at I-25 in Arapahoe, led to that person's apprehension down south at I-25 and Founders. Thank goodness for that CPW worker. Indeed, Renee, thank goodness. See you next time.